Hey guys and girls, Joe Gehring here with Abeloff Buick-GMC and Kia, doing a brand new video of the 2022 Kia Carnival MPV. And wanted to just bring you a quick video about this vehicle. It's a brand new model that Kia has just released now. Of course, this is replacing the Sedona. If you hadn't seen our last Sedona video, I had mentioned that there was a replacement coming, and voila, I'm a man of my word, here it is. So want to talk about the Carnival. Now, the Carnival is actually a vehicle, it's a global platform, and the prior model, the Sedona, much like the K5 had been offered everywhere else in the world, and the Optima was the US spec vehicle. The Carnival is the global platform and it's been offered everywhere else in the world, and the Sedona has been the US spec vehicle. Now, no more. We have the Carnival just like everywhere else, but when they brought the Carnival to the US market, they changed it dramatically and they made it much more SUV-like to make the appeal to the fastest growing segments that are in the country right now, which is SUVs. SUVs are popular everywhere, in every segment, in every place, whether you're in a snow belt or not. SUVs are dominating. So that's why, you know, in terms of a people mover, they wanted to make something that was more functional, but just frankly make something that people wanted to drive. So here it is, the Carnival MPV, and a brand new redesign, and it is incredible in every way. Sam and I just actually went through the vehicle a little bit, and really very impressive. So one of the things you also might notice right here is the brand new Kia logo. You're going to start seeing this on a lot of the new vehicles that are coming out. A brand new logo that Kia came out with. Lots of people, you'll see, they comment, they have another logo that's used in other parts of the world, and it looks kind of like, well, it looks kind of like the Lexus L if the Lexus L was a K, I guess, or that's what everybody always says anyway. I don't know that I agree, but it still looks better than the regular Kia symbol. And I don't know, leave it in the comments below. Do you think this is an improvement or not? I like it. It definitely spruces things up, I guess, keeps things fresh. The whole car looks great though. I mean, you can see it right down from the brand new headlights and that really sweet LED. That's really common. I feel like every car now has like an LED outlining in them. I don't know, I think it looks great. Projector style head beams, of course, they're all you know, LED and, you know, also projector style, so, you know, they just light up better, I guess, really. Now, this is an EX model, so this is kind of middle of the road, but in terms of actual equipment in the car, it's got so much equipment in it, it's really very impressive, you know, just to take you around the outside. One of the things you can kind of see about this vehicle is they made, even though it's a van, right, they got to get a lot of people, they got to get a lot of space in it, but they made the roof line lower. If you see this next to the Sedona, it looks like it's like 6 inches shorter. But another thing that they did in order to help rid the vehicle of the horrendous minivan stigma, one of the things that they did was they increased the ground clearance very substantially. So this vehicle, as you see it, it features 6.8 inches of ground clearance, which is really very good. I don't know of another minivan that offers anything like that, but it's also about the styling. They want to make it more SUV-like so that it doesn't feel like you're a soccer mom, you know. But minivans exist for a reason. They're very practical. I think they're great. They get good fuel economy. They drive like cars. They're not expensive to maintain like trucks. They don't cost anywhere near what trucks cost. This is still sub $40,000. Again, so many benefits to doing something like a minivan. And I can't wait to show you all the tech when you get inside this thing. It's incredible, all the stuff that they offer. But we'll just do a quick run around to the outside so you can see everything that's going on the outside. We'll talk about some of the design cues, and they did some really nice detail-oriented stuff, and can't wait to show you it, all right? They did a beautiful job resculpting the front. I went over that with you, but they've carried this body line all the way back, all the way through, and again, so it hides the channel for the rear sliding door. It still does have a sliding door, which is essential in a minivan because you need that great access to the second row and, of course, to the third row. So your second row door needs to be massive, for lack of a better term, but in order to hide the channel, they put a body line in all the way down the edge, and you can see that runs all the way through, and it does a really nice job kind of hiding that channel that would normally be at the back end of a minivan, and now they just make it look like part of the car. Again, talking about some of the design cues on the vehicle, okay? They also put like a really nice I don't even know what you'd want to call it, like a trim molding down here at the bottom. And it's functional because it's durable, it's, you know, scratch resistant plastic, it's not painted, so it's not going to get chipped up or anything like that. But it also gives you the illusion that this vehicle has more ground clearance. And that was a brilliant idea on their behalf. Again, all aiding in the fact that this is more like an SUV than it is a minivan. Still very practical like a minivan, can haul the people like a minivan, but it doesn't look like a soccer mom on steroids, okay? They also came through here in the, it's not the B pillar, I don't really know what it would be, maybe whatever. But they put this really nice design cube. This is not a sticker, this is molded that way. I mean, I don't know if you could see that in the video or not, but it's molded, like they put, you've seen some of our other videos, you know, like the Seltos and the Forte and the K5, they do so many nice detail interiors, and believe me, interior details. Now they're moving those things to the outside, and I think this is a great opportunity for them because it looks absolutely beautiful. Makes the vehicle feel a lot, I don't know, just feels a lot more upscale. And then you get around to the back of the vehicle, of course, and you start to see some of the, you know, some of those K5 hints with the light bar that goes all the way across in the back. Of course, the brand new logo right there at the back of the vehicle as well. And you know, there's some other technical parts of this vehicle as well, and I'll talk about those just very quickly. This vehicle gets a brand new 3.5 liter powertrain featuring 290 horsepower, but it also features up to 3,500 pounds of towing capacity when equipped with the trailer hitch. If you guys are going to be using something like this for, you know, even doing some towing, you know, ATVs or something like that, again, all in part to be more like their SUV counterparts, making this vehicle not only practical but functional, especially for the family that needs a vehicle that does it all. I think this is pretty much it. So, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Again, the changes that they've made from the wheels and all the styling cues that they've done to the outside of it, this is like a minivan like nothing else on the market. They don't call it a minivan, they call it an MPV. Which, if anybody knows what MPV stands for, please leave that in the comments below, all right? So give us a couple seconds. We're going to jump on the inside of this vehicle and show you all about some of this great technology that they have going on in the brand new 2022 Kia Carnival MPV. All right, guys and girls, so before we hop in the inside, I wanted to show you a little bit about kind of the seating configurations here for the MPV and show you kind of what it looks like. Now, it's a 60/40 folding seat in the third row of this vehicle. So in the third row, you'll see this this cavity here below, which when the seats are up, you could use that for storage. Great for, you know, luggage or whatever you're taking. You know, of course, if football equipment or baseball equipment, you're taking lots of kids with you, or you're just going on a long family trip. Lots of great space below there. But then as you need to use, you know, the fold flat back seats, well, you have that available to you as well. So these get stowed in that cavity below. And then you have those beautiful finishers right there to help everything ease and come out a little bit just easier, I guess, right? So again, very easy to use. I did that with a piece of paper in my hand. I didn't even crinkle the piece of paper, but very easy to use and also very easy to take back out. And then simply, oh, let's get that to relatch. I do apologize there. And then I didn't see, when I did it initially, it didn't latch hard enough, and that's why it didn't stick. But you can see it's right there. And then these are actually held in place with genius magnets. So everything's just very well thought of, and that's true of most Kia products. I know Kia, you know, many years ago was thought of as a less expensive, like a lesser expensive option, and they made up for it by cutting things out. Now Kia is a value brand for sure, but the most value brand, and you know, this is just another example of that. So I also want to take you up to the second row. So customers used to complain, I'm not going to say complain, they had a valid they had a valid reason for saying what they said about the second row in the Sedona. The Sedona offered a second row that slid forward. However, none of the chairs were removable except for the third middle chair if it were equipped with it. If it came with the center console, I don't even think that was removable. This particular model, now the second row, is totally removable. So if you wanted to, you could make all 3 rows, well, not all 3 rows, because some of it's for the passengers, of course, right? You could make it a truly fold flat surface, and it's not like the minivans of old where, you know, you had a big second row bench that to take out, and they weighed 150 pounds, and no, regular human being could just easily take them in or out. Every time you did it, you practically broke your back. Now, each one of these chairs can be removed individually, again, adding to the fact that this is a super capable and super versatile vehicle. So if if 3 people need to go get a large object, you can take these 2 chairs out and simply take them out of the vehicle, and then 3 people can go for a ride somewhere while taking something that's longer or bulkier. So not to give you a super long explanation of it, I'm not going to show you how it works because, quite frankly, I'm not going to be able to do that and make it look super smooth on camera, but it is a function of it and it works great. So but we're going to jump in the interior and we're going to show you all about the great technology in this car. All right, guys and girls, so we are back in the 2022 Kia Carnival MPV, and just wanted to show you again some of the seating configurations. I got into the third row of this vehicle because there are some technology cues here that I think are really cool. They're doing the best they can. I don't want to say the best they can because it's really better than the best they can. They're doing a lot to make these things pretty impressive, and I think that's what's is definitely going to help make things like this vehicle much more appealing and much more attractive to especially younger families, right? People who are driving more and using their vehicles to accommodate the family lifestyle, which is a great lifestyle, right? So this particular vehicle, this is the EX model. So let's talk about the interior just for a second. All leather seating surfaces, which I think that's great. It is offered with cloth in the LX model, but even just over the LX model, they make a seating package now that pretty much gives you either the Syntex or you go up to leather at some point too. And of course, it's a durable seating surface. What's another styling cue and another, I think, brilliant idea that they took away from some of their comments and some of the criticisms they received about this vehicle? Well, these seats are black seats, like it's a charcoal seating surface. They were never charcoal before. They only had 2 color choices: light gray, very light gray, or beige, which even blue jeans would stain the beige one. So that having been said, they obviously got enough feedback from some people to think to themselves, man, you know what we need to do with this next Carnival? Make the second row seats removable, and also make the seating surfaces a color that is popular, 1, and 2 is durable and can resist a long duration. So they Kia took the feedback very well. And of course, here it is. Of course, to talk more about the seats, they're stitched beautifully. They look great. They kind of have like a perforated look to them, but they have also like really nice bolstering to them, and they're stitched really beautifully around the seams and everything like that. And they just look great. Just overall, they're great looking. USB ports absolutely everywhere. There's a 12-volt outlet in the second row. Each side in the third row outlet has a USB port. They've got draw shades for both the second and third row that you can see. I don't know if you can see them over there, but so you can raise them up. So if you have to put a child, or even if you just want to sit in the back and you don't want the sun and all that other stuff, it gets tri-zone air conditioning appointments as well. So basically there's dual zone up front, and then it gets another third zone for the the 2 in the back, which has actually been common for minivans for quite some time. But Sam's gonna jump in the front and turn around here for a second and show you just about the infotainment system of the vehicle and show you some of the really cool features. So in the EX model, you get the 12.3-inch display screen, okay, with UVO link and navigation. If it sounds like I'm reading from a piece of paper, it's because I am. And this is the same larger screen, or similar larger screen to what's been offered in the upper tiers of like the Telluride, right? Got to throw the Telluride in there. It's like the most successful SUV of all time. And Sam's just gonna like thumb through it, but like they've done some really cool things. Like they have like a brand new feature called Passenger View. So Sam, go ahead, hit that button there. And you can see me in the third row of this vehicle, you know, talking to you all, because there's a camera built right into the ceiling of the car. So of course, for all you folks who have kids, you know, they used to put those like hinky little mirrors in the front of SUV or in the front of vans, and you know, they had like a dome shape to them so that you could theoretically use them. Now, guess what? They're using technology to their advantage. They're just putting cameras back there. It's fantastic. It's cool. One, too. I mean, you got a almost TV-sized screen up front, so why not use it for that, right? But they also have passenger talk, in-cabin intercom system all the way back to the third row of the vehicle. Now, you won't be able to hear it because the camera's at the front of the vehicle. But, for instance, if Sam hit the button, go ahead, hit the button. Like I could hear what Sam is saying to me. If Sam were saying anything to me, I could hear it back here because there's two speakers back here that would relay the sound, so that you don't have to turn around and scream. So you know, you could just simply say, "Hey, Bobby or Susie, please stop hitting one another," or you know, please don't spill your drink in the third row of my van, which is brand new and beautiful. So go ahead and hit end on that. But so just a couple cool little features for you. Is one of the things I want to give Kia all the credit in the world to, and because I cannot stand the stupid buttons that they put everywhere in cars. I don't know if you remember the cars of yesteryear, but they put buttons everywhere and they were atrocious. The facing wore off of them. They're always silver or black with like white lettering on them, and the white lettering discolored, or once it used for so long, the white lettering just rubbed off of them. Now Kia, right below the screen, has these beautiful touchscreen buttons. And if you see it, I don't know if Sam can get it, but it says like nav and media and all these other things. And you touch these buttons, and Sam, just hit the button so that they can hear the noise. And it gives you a positive confirmation that you've touched it or that it's actually doing something. And guess what? That's a flat surface. It's just like the glass that's above it, so that it wipes clean. It looks great. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to rub off. It's not going to get hot. There's nothing to it. It's just an additional screen, but it looks great. It's stylish. It's beautiful. And then you see, of course, the climate control below that, and it looks great as well. Features a lot of the same things. It does have a couple switches, but I guess you're going to need some of them. But again, with the dual and tri-zone climate controls. But we're going to jump back to the outside. Want to just show you around this vehicle just a little bit. I'm sure Sammy will get some run-throughs and pictures and stuff like that, so you guys can see more of it. I know you guys are going to love this van. You just got to get in here and buy it before somebody else does, because we've had a ton of inquiries on them already. So, see you on the outside. All right, so there you have it, folks. The 2022 Kia Carnival MPV EX model. So glad you had a chance to stay with us and check it out. But please tell us what you think of the brand new van. Is this something you guys would consider over an SUV? Also, if you know what MPV stands for, make sure you leave that in the comments below. But before you run away, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get all the great content that we put out. But thank you so much for sticking with us, and we can't wait to see you for the next one.